You are given a pandas data frame and you want to calculate the mean value in one or more columns of a grouped data. For example, let's say we have the following data frame. This data frame includes information about marks and the project's completion about of some students in a semester in a university. For example, for the student Rob, we have his marks in the subjects English, Science, and Maths, and we also have the number of projects that he completed in those subjects. We similarly have this information for student Emma and Hassan. So let's say you want to calculate the average marks for each student. For example, we have 3 marks for each student, but you want to get the average marks for each of these students. To do so, we can group the data frame on the name column. So you can use the pandas group by function to group the data frame on one or more columns. Since we are grouping the data here only on the name column, we will directly pass the name of the column as the argument. And then we'll select the column that we want to aggregate, which is the marks column that we want to aggregate. Now to get the mean value, so this will give us a group by object. Now to get the mean value in the marks column, simply apply the mean function on the resulting grouped data and you'll get the mean value of the marks column for each of the groups. Here the group represents the name of the student. So Emma has an average of 84.33, Hassan has an average of 67.66, and Rob has an average of 69.00. So, so this is how we can calculate the mean in each group in a group by object. Alternatively, you can also use the dot ag function. So instead of using the mean function, use the dot ag, that is dot agg function, and then pass in the aggregation that you want to apply on this column. So if we execute this, we can see that we get the exact same result. Now, you can also use this similar syntax to calculate aggregations such as a mean on more than one columns as well. For example, let's say you want to calculate the average in the marks column as well as in the projects column for each of the group, that is for each of the students. So instead of just doing it for the marks column, we'll pass in a list with the columns on which we want to apply the aggregation. In this case, these will be the marks column and the projects column. And then we'll apply the mean function. So you can see we get a data frame with the resulting aggregation, that is the average value of the marks column and the average value of the projects column for each of the groups, which is the name of the students in this particular data frame. Now, again, we can similarly perform the same operation with the add function as well. So instead of the main function, use the add function and then pass in mean as the argument. So we get the same result as above.